How is it going, everyone? And in this video, we gotta talk about a topic that unfortunately upsets a lot of people, myself included, and that is the price point of gaming. Game prices are going up. And no, I don't mean that the games coming out are going to be $80 here shortly, although I do believe Grand Theft Auto 6 will be $80. I think there will be games every now and again that'll be $80. Obviously, Mario Kart World set that price point. Microsoft tried to set that price point with Outer Worlds 2, but ultimately went back on that. However, one element of game price points that I've been bringing up a little bit more recently because it's really come to my attention over the past few months is the digital deluxe editions, the special editions, how they structure these special editions, and how much these price points are going up. Because guys, it's not a little bit that these price points are going up, they're going up by a lot. And this is something that a lot of people won't pay attention to on the basis that the base price in a lot of instances is staying at a standard price point. $70, some games $60, but most games these days are $70. And most people just go at it and look at it, okay, the base game is $70. However, these digital deluxe editions a lot of the times have very, very significant content, whether that be story-based DLC, which I can understand games doing DLC, I get it, it's not something that's brand new. However, it's significant content that people would want to get, or in a lot of cases, and I'll bring it up again, it's an element of gaming that we used to get for free, and that was the ability to play a game the day it came out. They'll bake in early access, when we all know it's not early access, it's just being baked into the deluxe edition to incentivize you to spend the premium on it. Beyond that, there was also instances like Yakuza, or I should say Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, having New Game Plus tied to its digital deluxe edition. These are elements that you used to get for free when playing a game. Now they're baking them into the deluxe editions, the special editions. They're not upping the price point, that base price point, but they are being very crafty in how they structure these special editions and how they price these special editions. Because, let's be honest, most developers are way too scared to up that base price to $80. That's just gonna be a really bad look, but how do we incentivize people to buy these special editions even more? And if they're buying the special editions, well, those are the people with more disposable income, so we can charge them even more money, and that's not gonna be a big story. So let's bring up some of the examples that I have for you guys. One in particular I just think is absolutely unhinged, and we'll get to that. But Neo 3 is about to come out. A lot of people very excited for it. I'm excited for it. Base price is $70. Okay, that's the accepted price point these days. The digital deluxe edition isn't $90. It's not $100. It is $110. You are asked to pay $40 more to get the season pass for the digital deluxe edition over the standard edition. Mind you that Neo 2 had the same structure in terms of its releases. It had a base game that was released for $60, and then the digital deluxe edition for that, which also included the season pass, was priced at $80. So a $20 price differential for that story-based season pass content for Neo 2. Here, now, that is jumped up $40 extra. You have to pay $40 for this season pass, and that's significant content that's going to be tied to that season pass. By the way, Code Vein just came out. Code Vein's base price point, Code Vein 2 that is $70, and the digital deluxe edition for that includes the season pass and fake early access. We got to get that in there with Code Vein 2. Base game was $70. The digital deluxe edition was $100. For Code Vein 1, base game was $60. Digital deluxe edition was $80. You're talking about a $30 price differential for the editions versus a $20 difference for the original Code Vein. Not as much as of an egregious one, but still something to bring up. Forza Horizon 6. Forza Horizon 6 is going to be going up to $70. Okay, that's fine. I think that's a game that people are gonna find it to be worth $70. The deluxe edition will be $100, and then the premium edition will be $120. Forza Horizon 5 came out in 2021. Base game was $59.99. The second tier edition was $79.99, and the premium edition was $100. So this time around with Forza Horizon 6, the premium edition is gonna be $20 more expensive. And that version also includes fake early access. Now, they did fake early access with Forza Horizon 5 as well, but the premium edition, again, of Forza Horizon 5 was $100 versus $120 now for Forza Horizon 6. So while that base price is only going up by $10, much like a lot of other games, those premium editions that include pretty much the same content differentials that you had in the past, those are going up even higher and higher. And let me bring up, I get it, you guys are gonna clown on sports games. I clown on sports games all the time, but if this is relevant to what a lot of other sports games are gonna do, which I believe it is, WWE 2K26. This is the one I saw, and I was like, this is ridiculous. This is borderline unhinged. So the base game is $70. We already know that's kind of insane, but $70 for the base game. The King of Kings edition, the deluxe edition, will be $100. That includes the deluxe cover, bonus content, season pass, and extras. There's an Attitude Era edition for $130. $130 for that. You would think that that would be the top edition. No! There's another edition on top of that. The Monday Night War edition is $150. We are now setting a new standard, you guys, for the highest end editions of these games. These are $70 games typically. Now, you have top editions going for $150. I bugged out when Ubisoft set the new standard for $130, but what you are seeing right now, and don't even get it wrong, other games will follow suit. You guys might be like, oh, this is just a sports game. Do you really think other publishers aren't going to be looking at this and also upping their price point, and also probably going to be relevant to the other sports games that are coming out? But before, $130 was the ceiling for a lot of these Ultimate Editions that came out. That was set by Ubisoft with games like Star Wars Outlaws and so on and so forth. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora had a $130 edition. They ultimately went back and didn't do that with Assassin's Creed Shadows to build a little bit of goodwill, but now you have a new tier being established, and you might say, and I looked this up, WWE 2K25 actually has a $150 edition. However, that $150 edition came out after the game came out, and they rolled out even more DLC. It's the Farewell Tour edition. Yeah, you gotta monetize John Cena's retirement as much as you can, but nonetheless, yeah, that was the $150 edition, but at launch, the ceiling was $130. Then they made more DLC, but at that point, when they rolled out more DLC, you could also buy the game discounted. You get the idea, but what I am saying is that it's a new ceiling that is being established, and this is the first one that I've seen with a $150 edition right out the gate with the game coming out, and that's just unhinged. Sports games being this expensive is already unhinged. Sports games gouging their consumer base because, let's be honest, they know they can get away with it, and if you're into sports games, you just buy them every year, and for a lot of people, these are the games they play every year. But $150 to me is just unhinged. This is insanity for a sports game, and that's the one that I'm just like, okay, this is ridiculous. This is actually just getting to a point of pure ridiculousness, especially as, bro, it's a WWE game. And again, it's gonna be the case with Madden. I'm gonna be like, oh, it's just a Madden game, etc., etc. The reason they're doing it with these games first is because these sports games fans are so into these games and they just buy them every year. And I was looking into it. The NBA, the top edition of NBA that's available right now is, I believe, only $100. So it's not even like NBA has gone that much. But NBA, generally speaking, every year is the best-selling game of the year. I fully expect NBA to also go with a $150 highest-end edition. And then whether or not other games that are non-sports titles will follow suit, guess what? I do believe they will. But I think at a certain point, you gotta be selective. And yeah, they still offer that base game at $70, but realize this, that what's happening is going to be more and more of that content that would be available in the base game, or guess what? Content that's going to be relevant to your experience overall playing the game is getting more and more expensive. Yeah, you can buy Neo 3 at $70. However, if you want the content that's coming out after that, the story-based content as they're promoting it, you gotta spend $40 now instead of $20 that was the case with Neo 2. I just want you guys to be aware of it. You can make your own decision on whether or not, like, oh, who would buy this, etc., etc. This is just something I feel like isn't being talked about enough. Not as much, obviously, as when Outer Worlds 2 was gonna go with an $80 price point, when Mario Kart World had an $80 price point, because it's hidden a little bit. They're being a little bit more crafty with it, and I've been saying this for so long. The fake early access, the higher end editions, content that used to be available in the base game now being tied to the special editions, and now the special editions going higher and higher. This is just stuff to be aware about, and mind you, PlayStation is going down this route as well. Soros is coming out, and PlayStation was one of the few publishers, there's a few other ones out there, that they weren't doing the fake early access stuff. Soros will be doing the fake early access stuff. The Digital Deluxe Edition, yeah, you got some in-game cosmetics, but guess what? 48 hours of early access there as well. Pay up with that extra $10 if you want to play it on the real release date. Those of you that only want to spend $70, you'll have to wait a little bit. Oh, and by the way, I know I said I was going to end on PlayStation, but Square Enix was another publisher that was staying away from the fake early access. However, guess who has now also gone that route? Yes, Square Enix with Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. You want to play that game on the real release date? It's a single-player JRPG, man. What do you mean early access? You better get that wallet out, because that Digital Deluxe Edition will be $75 for DQ7, and that's probably going to be the case going forward. Look, if they're adding fake early access to DQ7, does that mean they're probably going to add fake early access to Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3? Probably, I would think so, but this is the first one from Square Enix that has the fake early access gimmick as well. Again, think of it what you want. I think it's something to be mindful about, and it's something that's not getting covered a lot. The Neo 3 price point, I think, is kind of ridiculous. $110 for a deluxe edition is insane when it's a season pass. And again, Neo 2 was $80. We're going from $80 to $110. And that is not a $10 price jump. That is now a $30 price jump. And then you look at it from the standpoint of WWE. Again, it's a sports game, but $150 for the top edition of a sports game? Like, what is actually going on with that? But that is going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Again, I think it's something definitely worth discussing. But sound off down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.